What's up, guys, and welcome back for another Star Citizen video. I'm going to be going over types of gameplay loops and which ships are kind of required for that kind of thing. So I'm in Lorville right now. I usually base myself out of Lorville each patch. It really kind of just depends on what's really going on. If I plan on buying a lot of ships, I usually base myself out of Lorville just because New Deal here has probably the best selection. But then if you want like Crusader ships, then I go to Orson for that, and then I rarely buy anything from Area 18. I will buy like the C2 or something from there, but the one planet that I really don't go to a whole lot is Microtech. So normally when you pick a starting system, when you first start playing, or the patch resets to a new patch, whatever you set as your home is where all of your like pledge stuff is going to get sent to. So a lot of the stuff is just from the pledge side. A lot of these weapons are from like the holiday kind of advent calendar, and same with these paints, and then same with a lot of these armors and undersuits and stuff. But I'm usually just kind of walking around with like a multi-tool with a tractor beam attachment, since I've been doing a lot of salvaging here lately. Or if you know, or doing bounties and you find a ship that has some cargo and you're flying something that has a grid, then having a tractor beam is kind of useful for that. And I also usually just carry some water here as well. I will use the hospital when I want to refill my hydration and my nutrition, but if I'm out there for like a long haul, then I'll just drink water or get some food and stuff like that. So go ahead and give you kind of a rundown of what my terminal looks like here. So one of my more recent ships that I have been working on is the Eclipse here. The Eclipse is actually really cool. It's a bomber, stealth bomber. I use it for HRTs and higher high risk target bounties and stuff like that. You get about 3 size 9 torpedoes on that thing, which can pretty much one-shot a lot of ships in this game. So it's a very, very fun ship. I have a lot, as you can see, I have a lot of ships in here, but not all of these are pledge side. There's only 3 that are on the pledge side. Everything else I bought with in-game currency. So let's see. I do have the Reclaimer on pledge side. That way, that every time the repatch resets, I have a good way of actually getting credits and stuff kind of built back up. The Anvil Arrow is given to me for the Arena Commander stuff, since I don't really own a decent ship for Arena Commander. I kind of just get that one as a loaner. The other one is the Merlin here. This is actually a 3.18 referral ship that I got. So it's on its own pledge ship as well, which I've never used this ship at all. And then my other one is the Aurora MR, which is my my actual game package, which is my actual game package ship, which I'll eventually get rid of once I reach the point of not needing a game package anymore. Alright, let's go over the first ship on the list. This is the Eclipse. I use this one for pretty big targets, or hunting, or reclaimers, things like that. ERTs, it's really great. You do have to reload after a very short amount of time. You only get like 3 torps, size 9 torpedoes on this thing, but it's just so pleasing to actually fly this thing. Here's what the interior of the cockpit looks like. I think it looks really good. There is some blind spots and stuff like that, but it doesn't really matter if you are coming in and firing torps off at like 5k or so out. Then it really doesn't matter. Once you fire that torp, you can kind of just start heading to your exit vector and things like that. But stealth is not really implemented right now at this point, but in order to get into stealth mode, you just go into stealth mode here, and it just lowers your power supply usage, lowers your signature, and things like that. It already has a pretty low signature, but you could do some like weapon swaps on this thing to get it even lower. Next up is the Reclaimer. I don't have it here in Lorville. I would keep it in Orson because I always do the salvaging and stuff from Gila out there, so it makes sense to keep it over there, which I've done videos over that, so if you're interested in that kind of stuff. But I really only get in the Reclaimer if I'm really just trying to like get some credits, or I'm just trying to chill or something like that. The Arrow, I'll use the Arrow if I'm like wanting to get from like maybe like Lorville 2 Crusader or something. I just want like a fast ship to go from point A to point B. But more realistically, I've been using the Scorpius for that. Which the Scorpius, any heavy fighter is gonna be really good if you're doing like medium risk targets and stuff like in the middle of the difficulty for bounties and stuff like that. I didn't actually buy these Scorpiuses. These are from the subscription, so they're the free to test ships and stuff like that. Same with like the Origin X1s, which you won't see any ground vehicles here. I really don't own any ground vehicles, but I do have access to Origin X1s, which I haven't really played around with. Don't really do a whole lot with ground vehicles right now. And then Prospector, obviously Prospector is going to be for light mining. I bought one of these just so I could do some beginner mining videos and stuff here in the next few weeks or so. And same with the Drake Vulture. I've had this one since the beginning of patch 3.22, just showing off like the newer structure salvaging and stuff like that. Might do like a Zero to Hero kind of mini series with that, to show people how to get kind of started and work their way up to like something like the Reclaimer. The Cutter is actually a really good ship. This is a great starter ship if you're doing if you're just starting off fresh. If you want to try like start from zero, Drake Cutter is really good for doing delivery missions at the very beginning, and also some of the lower like very low risk target bounties. The Drake Cutlass Black here, this is just a medium freight. This is like kind of a multi-role. It can do really well with bounties. It does really well with delivery, and also used as a transport if you're doing mining and stuff like that. Kind of going over the same transport trade thing, the C2 Hercules is what I use if I'm taking like refined ore to a TDD. I really don't refine ore anymore, or if I want to just go out and do the whole trade gameplay, this is probably the best cargo SCU you can get. If you don't like the Hercules, you could go with like a Caterpillar, but I don't know why you would, because this Hercules is like maybe $1 million more than the Caterpillar right now. And then these Crusader, Ares, Inferno, and Ion, these are going to be for just your everyday bounty missions. So you can even use them with HRTs, ERTs. I usually like the Ion. It has a cannon, a laser cannon on it, so you don't have to stop and kind of restore your ammo and stuff. The Inferno has a ballistic Gatling on it, so after a few bounties, you kind of have to go back to station or land on a pad in order to kind of refuel or redo your ammo and stuff like that. Then obviously the mole, if I'm doing any solo mole mining, or if I'm just doing just some stuff where I don't have to like want to go back and forth a whole lot. The mole I've been kind of messing around with for the past few patches. Actually probably over the past 3 years or so. I usually keep one around on hand. I don't use it daily at all, but the Corsair is also one of the newer ships I've gotten in my hangar. I think I bought it like earlier today or late yesterday, just doing a little testing with it. It was a ship that I was really excited about in the beginning when it was first kind of talked about. I know it flies like a boat. It does have lasers on it, so you don't have to really refuel a whole lot. I think it would be good for medium bounties, doing some delivery missions and stuff like that. So we're going to kind of take a look at it. I want to try to show some of the more interesting ships that I do actually have here in Loreville. And things like the Eclipse and stuff, I'll do a dedicated video on. We'll kind of go through a few missions for that. The Corsair is pretty interesting. It's a really cool ship. I need a skin for it for sure. Probably the fastest way to get into it is using this side elevator right here, which can go it can go all the way to the top or all the way to the bottom. Go ahead and get in here. Kind of bugging out here. So this would be like the roof, and then the mess hall and surface. We're gonna go to that single one. That latch didn't even open. The one annoying thing about this ship is the doors. Every one of them has to be like opened with the terminal here. But as you see, it's got quite a bit of some gunning seats. It can house like 3 or 4 people and stuff like that. It's got these crew quarters for up to 3 people here in this room, and the captain has its own quarters right here, which is actually smaller than the crew. And then let's just go and kind of move back here. to the cargo area. Just so many doors. Get a torch on. You can see it's pretty nice, you know, a pretty decent grid. You can go out there and do a bunch of salvaging, you know, shoot down a bunch of bounty targets, and then you have enough room in here to kind of like collect their loot and then take it to market. There's that whole gameplay loop of like the scavenger loop, which I haven't really explored too much, but that's kind of one of the big reasons I've gotten this ship, is so I can go out there and just do like some of the middle of the road bounties, shoot down stuff, grab their loot, and then after a while, when we kind of fill up the grid, go and kind of sell everything. It's kind of an interesting, and then obviously you can go all the way to the roof with this thing as well, which would be good for EVA and stuff like that. And, you know, this is like, why would you want to do this? It's because, you know, if you're doing some EVA stuff, well, you could tractor beam some stuff to the top of the ship, load it here, and kind of bring it down if you wanted to, I guess. Otherwise, the asymmetric ship designs are actually pretty cool, so I'm going to be doing a lot of testing with the Corsair here in the next few days or so. That and just like the Eclipse. The Eclipse I've been having really good success with more recently, but it's very niche. It's very situational, so probably show it in action, attacking some reclaimers or some hammerheads and stuff like that, and kind of show you guys how that damage gets applied and everything. So let's go ahead and put the Corsair back. I think I've pretty much gone over everything here. Cutter's really good for starter ship, one of the newer ships. That and the Aurora MR are really good starters. And then the Scorpius is actually really nice too. I'm not gonna pull it out, but it's this is a two-seater, but it's really good for doing, like, if you're just starting off doing bounties. I think it costs like 2 million or so like that. And then I have the 890 jump just for, you know, why not? It has really no practical uses. I was doing some testing with the 890 jump hangar. You can get a prospector in there. You can actually also get a Drake Vulture in there, but I think for the cost of the 890 jump, if you really want to like earn a lot, you're better off just spending the 15 million in game for the Reclaimer. The 890 jump costs like 32 million. It's literally just a luxury ship for the most part. But as you can see here, I've kind of got my favorites in terms of hauling and bounties and stuff like that, and then also just like the industry stuff. So I'm probably always going to have like the Prospector Mole on hand. I'll probably always have the Reclaimer, definitely, but I'll probably also get a Vulture every patch too, just to do some of the lower end salvaging as well. And then as far as kind of my main, probably I would say my main 3 ships right now for bounties is going to be, God, I wish it would stop kicking me out of this terminal. For bounties, it'd be like the Eclipse for like the really big situational single target stuff, and Arrow sometimes for like, it just depends if I'm wanting to feel a little like you know, agile and stuff. But then I'm usually just taking out the Ion for the most part, and then if I just feel like it, depending on how I feel, the Scorpius. I didn't actually buy the Scorpius in game. It's just, like I said, for the sub ship of the month kind of thing. So I'd say if you want to get into good, a good 3 ships for bounties, probably the Starfighter Ion there, and then the Arrow, and then the Eclipse, and then your money makers, your industrial ships, right, would be like your Reclaimer, your Vulture, your Mole, and then your Prospector there. And for hauling, I'll be doing some Hull C, showing off the Hull C gameplay loop. I really don't like that gameplay loop, but if I'm doing any sort of trading or anything, I'm taking out the Hercules. I'll probably do some videos comparing the Hercules for trading and like the Caterpillar. I've never really used the Caterpillar all that much. When the Hercules C2 came out, I got one, and that's what I used to like transfer quant and stuff to market. But I haven't really been doing any refining or mining for the past few weeks, so haven't really been touching all that stuff too much. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Kind of just showing what I got going on in the hangar and stuff right now. Look for a little bit more detailed stuff going over like the Eclipse and things, and also if there's any ship in the game that you want to see kind of showcased or you know, see more gameplay on, let me know in the comments. I can use the Reclaimer right now until it gets nerfed to get, pretty much as much credits as I want to buy whatever I can to kind of showcase and stuff like that. So thank you for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.